Woo! Hey to my YouTube sisters, how's everybody doing? So I am of all places at the laundromat. Yes, I go here about twice a week because I have to wash the girls' boppy pillows. They lay on them and I just don't like them laying around in dirty pillows. So boppies are your best friend, ladies. If you're using them, I love them, especially if I gotta do something like, oh, let me put you down and go to the bathroom really quickly. Yes, the boppy is my friend. So anyway, that's what I'm doing on this lovely Saturday, washing their boppy pillows. I had like 19 minutes on my dryer, so once that's done, I'll go home to my girls. But I wanted to come on here, and every now and then you want to encourage the sisters that are still in the fight to keep pressing and keep going. I think that is one thing that I will always do as an infertility warrior. It's not like, you know, I got mine, I move on, I'm out of this community. No, I want to come on here and let you ladies know that no matter how dark it looks, you can still fight and you can still win. Remember, I was told I had a 1% chance of ever conceiving with my own eggs. The doctors at the Cleveland Clinic sat me down and told me, you know, we don't think we've been upfront enough with you. We need you to manage your expectations and be realistic. We don't think that your eggs will cut it because your AMH is so low and your FSH is high. But to God be the glory, during the cycle where I was successful in conceiving the twins with my own eggs, my FSH was 24 that cycle and my AMH was less than 0.08. So I think, you know, it's about God's divine will, honestly. And I remember on August 4th when I went for a retrieval, and I got to the doctor and I had ovulated prematurely. And so the nurse, she came out, and this was last year, right before I conceived the twins. She came out and she's like, you're not upset? Because when I got to the doctor, I told them, I said, I feel like I ovulated last night. Can you go ahead and do the ultrasound? They're like, oh no, you didn't ovulate. Let's just prep you for a retrieval. I said, well, no, based on the cost of a retrieval, I don't want any anesthesia or anything until I have an ultrasound. So they put the ultrasound probe in, and it was so painful and tender over my ovaries. I knew I had in fact ovulated, but the nurse was surprised at how composed and not upset I was. And she said, well, you're not upset. You came all this way and we didn't get the eggs. And I said, I just have a piece that I can't explain. But see, that was God setting me up for just 3 weeks later when he would bless me with 2 blastocysts, subsequently resulting in my twins. So sometimes the failure and all that you're going through, it looks so dark. I remember I started this journey, the first time I got labs was either 2013 or 2014. Then I had to get up the money to start doing IUIs because I didn't have insurance coverage at that time. Then I got insurance coverage and started going down the IVF path, and was told by Reproductive Gynecology, Cleveland Clinic, what's the name of that other doctor, Dr. Spiritos, all these doctors in the Akron, Cleveland area told me, honey, it's not going to happen. But on the inside of me, I had a still small voice telling me that my infertility had an expiration date. So I'm here to tell you ladies today that are still in a fight, your infertility has an expiration date. For some of us, we're going to get pregnant and deliver. For some of us, God's going to bless us to foster. For some of us, God's going to bless us through adoption. But and some people he is going to bless through donor eggs. It's still your baby nonetheless. Listen, after carrying children, any baby that's put in my uterus is my child, honey. After going through what I just went through to get life here and be healthy and take care of myself and get those kids here, honey, any baby that comes out of me is mine, okay? Any baby come out of me better be brown. That's from Roots, the first one. But anyway, I'm on this video just to tell you all to be encouraged, because I know some people are fighting, they're going through. There was someone who asked me a question with respect to fibroids and how many I had. So I had 4 fibroids. There may have been 5. Let me restate that. And the reason I say there is because a 1.8 millimeter fibroid, no, 18 millimeters, I would be 1.8 centimeters. fibroid was left behind. And when I was pregnant, they were saying, oh, you have a fibroid. So I contacted my surgeon like, hey, what's going on here? My ultrasounds are saying I have a fibroid. And he said that he saw that fibroid, he removed the big ones, but this one was so small that it wasn't worth the trauma to the uterus to remove, so he left it behind. Well, when I was going through multiple failed IVF transfers, one doctor from the beginning, Dr. Nash in Akron, told me we need to remove your fibroids before I ever did a transfer. However, he wanted to do a full laparotomy. He was going to open me completely up, and I just was not having that. So I went to, but everybody does for a second opinion, I went to the Cleveland Clinic, and Dr. Goldberg thought, no, these fibroids, they're not distorting the cavity. I think it's more risk. You're going to automatically need a cesarean. We shouldn't remove the fibroids. Well, 4 transfers later, I went back to him because what I knew is that he was one of the best gynecological surgeons in the area. I said, listen, I need you to take out my fibroids. I'm doing all these transfers and nothing is sticking. He said, well, let me do another ultrasound. Then he did the ultrasound. No, they're not distorting the cavity. I said, listen, I need you to take these fibroids out. So he said, you know what? Let me go. He said, listen, you've done transfers with high quality embryos and nothing sticking. Let me go ahead and take the fibroids out. And the reason I bring that up is because the first, someone asked the question, and the first transfer after my myomectomy, my embryo stuck. The other thing you might want to do if you're having repeated implantation failure, some doctors will do a repeat pregnancy loss panel in terms of blood work. Not that you've had repeat pregnancy loss, but they kind of feel like things go hand in hand with recurrent transfer failures. So you want to look for if you have any natural killer cells. You also want to check and see if you have any clotting issues like MTFHR gene mutations. I went ahead and went on enoxaparin or Lovenox just to kind of cut through if I had any clotting issues, but my labs were all fine. I did have some elevation in my natural killer cells, and I ended up doing intralipids for that and a little higher dose of the prednisone during my transfer cycle. So I'm rambling on here, ladies, but I just want you all to be encouraged, and just know you guys can email me, you can text me, you can call me. I'm a little delayed in responding just because I have a baby on each hip most of the time, but I want you to know that I'm still in the fight with you, and I'm praying for everybody to get their baby. So be encouraged. Don't lose hope. Be a Hannah. Keep fighting for God's divine will in your life. And if you want that baby, honey, keep fighting for it, okay? The only person that can tell you no is the Lord himself, okay? But when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. So be encouraged. I'm going to go in here and get these little boppy pillows out of the dryer because I don't want my stuff getting snatched at, what's the name of this? Monster Laundry Time. But I love you all. You're my sisters. You rocked with me from the very beginning, and I just want you to know I'm still rocking with you. Get those babies and be blessed. Bye.